Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of the Dental Download podcast. My name is Haley Schultz, and I will be your host. So today's episode is just going to be a little trailer for the show. So I'm going to talk about the structure of episodes and give you a chance to get to know me a little bit. First things first, if you are interested in the show at all, please be sure to check out the Instagram. I'll have it in the show notes below, but it's just at Dental Download. And that'll be the best place to interact with me. Let me know what you want to see in episodes. I'll be doing lots of polls and question features in my stories so that you guys can be interacting with me and get your questions answered in episodes. So I'm sure what you're all wondering is, what am I even listening to? What is the Dental Download podcast? So this podcast is going to be a way for me to interact with pre-dental students, dental students, anyone interested in healthcare, really. We're going to discuss pre-dental things such as DAT, application, activities to be involved in, and then also my own experience in dental school and really anything under the sun related to dentistry is fair game for this podcast. And one more thing that I thought was important to mention is that these episodes are going to be pretty much unscripted. So I wanted to feel like you just texted me and said, "Hey Haley, could we get coffee and talk about your sophomore year of undergrad and how you studied for the DAT?" I just want it to feel like we're just friends and chatting, and I'm answering your questions. So pretty quickly, I'm just going to talk about the episode structure, how they're going to work when you do tune in to listen to an episode. So first things first, we're going to talk about what's going on. So that segment will be pretty short, just a minute or two about what's happening in my own life. That's going to be a way for me to make sure that I'm keeping things personal on here and you get to know me a little bit better each episode and get a feel for what's happening in my life at that set time that I'm recording each episode. Now, I'm not really sure when episodes are going to be posted. You will know more than me. Whatever day this episode is posted will be the day that they will go up every week. There will be a new episode every week. I'm leaning towards Mondays, but it really is going to depend on how quickly Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And then after that, we're going to talk about what motivated me that week that I'm recording to kind of get you guys in good spirits, get you ready to go for your week, and again, just give you more insight into my own life. And then we'll get into the bulk of the episode, which is going to be whatever the main topic is. And you'll know what that is based on the title of the episode, as well as if you are following Instagram, you'll be able to see some promotions on there and also give your feedback on what you want episodes to be about or what you want to be included in episodes. Because I definitely don't want to leave anything out that you guys are curious about or want information about, because this podcast really is all for you. The whole reason I started this podcast was because I wanted to motivate others and to provide my own life experiences and maybe even eventually my friends in dental school's life experiences to motivate you and to just make you feel excited about the profession and excited about your own future. That simple. After the main topic, I'll just give some closing thoughts and we'll finish off the episodes. So the upcoming episodes that I have planned, I have 20 whole episodes planned. I'm so excited. And once those are done, we'll get into, it'll be perfect timing where I'll actually be starting dental school. So then we can get into talking about what I'm doing in school and how that transition is going and everything. So the first few episodes, I just want to give you a little idea of what you can expect from this podcast. So the first is going to be an introduction and getting to know me at what you're listening to at this very moment. Hello. And then the next 4 episodes are going to go through each year of my time in undergrad at Michigan State. So I will make sure to list the classes that I took, experiences I was involved in, pre-dental things as well as non-pre-dental things, adjusting to college, all that will be covered. I do get a lot of questions about that on my YouTube that I have, so I want to make sure that I cover all those pretty in detail. That's why each year will get its own episode. I also get a lot of questions about, did I take a gap year? When did I take the DAT? When did I do interviews? When did I study? When did I take XYZ class? When did I start shadowing, volunteering? So all that's going to be covered in those first 4 episodes. So I hope you're as excited as I am. And then the next few are still on that very pre-dental heavy topic. So DAT prep, preparing to apply, the personal statement, the actual application, interview advice, getting involved, making connections, starting up dental school, all of that. So I hope you guys are really excited. And again, if there's anything you think I should be adding to episodes, any segment or anything that is an episode topic that you think I didn't mention or might not have thought of, be sure to let me know on Instagram, leave a comment, send me a DM, something. I would really, really appreciate any feedback that you have. And if you are as excited as I am about this podcast and excited to join our little Dental Download podcast family, be sure to follow that Instagram and also follow this podcast on whatever app you're listening to, because that'll show me a ton of support and help me figure out what you guys are liking, what you're not liking, and I would overall just really appreciate it. So thank you in advance. So that is pretty much what you can expect from this podcast. Again, things might grow, change, develop as I grow and get into dental school and everything, but as of now, it will be once a week episodes uploaded for you all to listen to, and you can engage with them via Instagram. So now that that's all said and done, I wanted to also use a little bit of this time in the trailer to give you all a chance to get to know me a little bit. So as I said before, my name is Haley. I am currently 21 years old as I'm recording this on April 1st, 2020, and I am a senior at Michigan State University. I've been here for 4 years now. With everything going on with the coronavirus, we do not have in-person classes. I'm still in East Lansing, but I'm doing classes online, and we're not going to have a commencement ceremony or anything, so that's a major bummer, but I'm going to get more into all of my different experiences, highs and lows, in the episodes about my years in undergrad. So not going to talk too much about my schooling in this part, but continuing my little elevator pitch, if you will, about myself. I am from a suburb of Detroit, Michigan. Michigan State University is in East Lansing, if you aren't familiar. And if you really are listening to this from far away, Michigan is the mitten state in the United States. Not sure if anyone's really that far away. You probably might even know me if you're listening to this. But what else about me is interesting? Red's my favorite color. That's a really unnecessary fun fact. I watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of Netflix. I actually have my own YouTube channel. That's kind of what stemmed this idea to even start a podcast in the first place. I do college vlogs currently, hauls, lifestyle content, and also some pre-dental content on there. So if you're really eager to hear pre-dental stuff, you can look at my pre-dental playlist on YouTube. But this podcast is going to be my new outlet for all of my pre-dental content, and it's going to be strictly dental related and dental school related content. What else about me is interesting? I love country music. That is my go-to. I also really listen to whatever's like top 40, and that's pretty much it. I also really like early 2000 songs. Those are all excellent, good little bops. I really like to just drive around, clear my head. Big fan of taking drives. I love any type of doodle, golden doodles, labradoodles. They're all my favorite dogs. They're adorable, especially if they're mini. What else? I guess in the rest of my free time, I spend a lot of time with my friends when I'm not doing schoolwork or like YouTube and now podcast stuff. Most of my friends stem from the extracurriculars I'm involved in. I'm really heavily involved in some clubs on campus, and that's where I met most of my friends, and we obviously hang out outside of clubs and everything, but those are pretty much where all of my pals come from. And I used to play volleyball for like most of my life, from 4th grade through high school, travel, national level, went all over like the Midwest and like to nationals in Florida and everything. So that was a really cool life experience and definitely taught me a lot, I guess, more about my roots, if you will. As I said, I'm from a Detroit suburb, and I went to a pretty small schooling system. So I went to Catholic school, a private Catholic school, from kindergarten through 8th grade, only 30 kids in my graduating class. And then I went to a Catholic high school that was all girls. So choosing to come to Michigan State and going to a giant university was a huge jump, a huge transition for me. It really pushed me out of my comfort zone, and we'll get more into this as episodes go, but that's probably my greatest weakness if I'm being interviewed, is not liking to get out of my comfort zone and being hesitant to do that a lot. But that was my first effort to get out of my comfort zone, and I'm so glad I did. I have had the most amazing time at MSU. Not every time has been great, obviously, but overall it's been a super positive experience, and I'm excited to share that with you guys in upcoming episodes for sure. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything we're going to talk about. Give you guys a little background on me there, so I hope you enjoyed that. But I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will talk to you in the next one.
Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily and then distribute it everywhere and even earn money, all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters. Here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right away from your phone or computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify, but also everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available, and you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. Did I mention it is totally free, no catch? I've been using Spotify for Podcasters since the very beginning of my show, and now we're nearing our 200th episode. So I can definitely say it's an easy platform, and I've really loved using it. So be sure to download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started.